Welcome to the Pro Cheerleading Podcast, hosted by Mhkeeba
and Brittany, two former NFL cheerleaders discussing hot topics in the pro cheerleading industry
and revealing the truth behind the Poms.
This is going to be a really good episode, I think.
It's just me and you. That's why. We have been talking to so many people, and which has been amazing, obviously. But when's the last time it was just me and you?
I can't even remember.
We've had the guys. We've had women from London. We've had Patricia. We've had quite a few interviews. So buckle up, Buttercup. Is me and you, and we have the most exciting time of the year, which is auditions, right? Mm-hmm. Do you still get butterflies this time of the year?
I do. Yeah. You lose like 3 or 4 pounds just based off of diarrhea from... Yeah. It's springtime. That means you're going to be
body transformation. Auditioning. You're like... It used to be my favorite time of year.
I'm not today. This year.
But it's just, it's all about kind of presenting your best self. And I think getting into that state of mind makes this time of year more fun. Yeah. Do you know that people are already starting? There are a couple of teams that are already going at it this weekend. The Patriots and the Jets and the Ravens are actually starting their auditions process this weekend.
Really? We should talk about this hashtag Patriots take me to finals.
Yes.
Do we know that exact hashtag?
Yes, it is hashtag 2019 Pat's Cheer take me to finals.
Oh wow, you had it written down. See, you're so organized.
I try.
I'm a sidekick.
No, but
we've been enjoying watching those, and we've been sending them to each other.
So let's explain it, because it's on Instagram. I follow the hashtag because I'm a little bit obsessed, but people can record a performance of them dancing for about a minute. I think most of them, well, I guess you can only do a minute, right? But some choreography, and hashtag this 2019 Pat's Cheer take me to finals. And so what have you been thinking so far?
I also followed the hashtag.
Okay.
And I looked into it a little bit. I don't know how they're judging it, but is it based on likes or views? Then you automatically go to finals. That's so crazy to me.
Basing it off of what they view as to somebody that would do well in finals is what I'm guessing.
But you still have to go through the process, Yeah.
So it's probably they have to show up, because otherwise it's not like you're just going to ski skirt prelims and just go straight to finals. It's like show up, and if we really liked you, maybe they announce it and make a big deal out of it. That's what I would do if I were a director. We're going to have a big reveal of who's going to just go to finals from here, as opposed to doing semifinals and all that stuff.
Right. It's very so you think you can dance. You can tell 1 minute to basically put it all out there. I can't do nearly half of the stuff they're doing.
Yeah.
Crazy dance moves and highly technical.
Lots of tricks. There were 2 guys. Did you see them?
There's 2 guys.
Are there more?
I think there might be one more, but not too many. But there's definitely a few.
Everybody get ready. The men are coming your way at these auditions. I thought that they were probably more entertaining than the ones that I've seen. Mm-hmm. There's clearly a style out there in the Boston area.
Well, I don't know if I asked you this, but what's with the little skirt? I don't like the tennis skirt. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Just wear shorts.
Are you talking about the cheerleaders or the people auditioning being in little skirts?
Yeah, I mean the girl, the videos. So obviously they haven't been a Patriots cheerleader before. Yeah.
Well, they have tennis skirts in their uniform. That's what I thought you were talking about.
Oh, no. Okay. The Audition tennis skirt.
Yeah.
And if you can you dub the music over your video? Because I bust up laughing every time I hear a thigh smack or a sneaker hitting the ground or squeak, 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 leap, squeak, squeak.
I heard some landings
really
on the
funny
ground
noises
when I do a move and land on the ground and roll over.
Right. Blast that music or dub it over. Yeah. And try to make it time right.
Yeah.
It's very bizarre.
Idea. It's a great opportunity to advance to finals. I'm excited to see what happens this weekend as people start to post about their process.
Ooh. So true. Well, actually, we got a question preparing for this episode about auditions. The Redskins are requiring you to submit a video for their auditions. So one fan of ours was asking how to navigate that, and you actually reached out to Candace, who was their Pro Bowl cheerleader.
And she was very sweet. She responded right away on Twitter. I think she's literally the social media goddess of all cheerleaders.
Right,
she's so on it. Can't even keep up. She said, "We are super big on having women on the team who are not only standouts on the field, but in their personal lives as well. Showcase who you are outside of dance and Redskins. Discuss your career, education, awards, community service, family, pageantry, whatever." So you got to bring it all the way around the board. And that's the thing. It's not just Redskins, but I think for all the other teams, it's do something that helps you stand out. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing that always annoyed me so much, was just that introducing ourselves at orientation or whatever it might be, there just ends up being this like same monotone sounding, well, it's not monotone because it's really nasally and like, but just everybody sounded the same. So it's like, be different, be unique, and say something
but
different.
not too different or unique.
Like too wild?
Are you just talking about
interesting?
Yeah, because maybe they're skipping like speaking at finals, because that's how our process was, is you had to, before you danced and did the final thing, you had to introduce yourself and answer a question. I'm sure we'll get into more details, but maybe they're skipping all that because it takes too much time. So this would be your little like elevator speech. Yeah,
that would be good. Because I mean, if somebody really just is boring as hell to even listen to them talk, then are they going to be a great ambassador out in the community meeting with people if they're just dry as toast? Probably not.
Right.
I think it's a good idea. I mean, not that everybody has to be super well spoken, but can you, like, am I interested? Do I want to get to know you? Are you approachable? Do you have a resting bitch face? Like,
man, that's tough. As I'm on this podcast, I just feel like I'm really private. Mm-hmm. And so how people interpret that advice can go all over the place. Like some people talk about, which is amazing, but like overcoming illnesses, sometimes they go way TMI with it. And you're sitting in the hallway like, whoa, I didn't need to know that.
Yeah, that's true. There's a fine balance.
There is.
If I were to answer that question, it would be, what really makes you unique? Like, everybody should know.
But you're themselves. A badass, Mhkeeba.
No.
That sounds mean, but like not everybody is as badass as you, okay? You're an attorney, you're a mom, you've cheered in multiple, avenues. But still, I'm over here like, I have red hair.
No,
But for real,
but even like, I probably wouldn't even pull out some of like the so-called accomplishments to like.
I know you never wanted to like
about myself.
List a few things. They were kind of like off the board for you.
Because I guess I looked at it as not really defining me, but maybe it is a lot harder than it sounds to like really draw out what makes you special and what makes you unique, or what you're passionate about. Maybe that's the guiding light. What are you really passionate about? Maybe not your disease that you've had since birth or something. Flip it to a positive, that because you had the disease since birth, you've been more active in volunteering and blah, blah, blah. Like, make it interesting and kind of really speak to who you are.
Yeah, and just practice it. Practice. Try it in front of family and friends. My thing was, I can't smile and talk, I feel like. So I always just seemed like flat-faced at finals saying my speech, because I thought it was weird sometimes to smile and talk. Yeah. But practice that, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Especially because it's a video. It's one thing to do it live and another thing to record it.
Right.
God, I would have like 5,000 takes.
That would be hard.
Oh, nothing would be good. I'm so critical. Like, I don't even know why.
But at least it's not live. That's why I feel like this is such a cool opportunity. Like, do something unique for sure.
And be yourself at the same time.
Right. Go volunteer at the local humane society and like have puppies running around while you talk or something.
Something
like
cute like that. Like, that's something that makes you stand out and shows what you're passionate about. That would be our 2 cents.
Yep. Well, all right, 45 minutes in. Here we go.
Well, we got some business to take care of, because one of the things that I think that everybody who's been researching auditions has to be doing is looking at the rosters and, getting a feel for who's selected for the squad. And as a African-American woman, I know I've been in those shoes where, I think I mentioned it on our first episode, when I was researching auditioning, they only had one African-American cheerleader on the team at the time. Year after year after year. And so it can be a little discouraging at times to really look at the state of diversity of a particular team, especially if you're a person of color. And so our season finale for season 2 is going to be a whole entire episode dedicated to diversity and pro cheerleading. And we created a fancy dancy.
Mhkeeba created.
Really. It's a survey. It's on Google Docs. So anybody that has the link, and we're going to post it below and tweet it and put it out on our Instagram. But we're really trying to see if people would participate and self-identify. So it just asks 3 questions. What team? You have to be a current NFL or NBA cheerleader.
Or alumni. No. Or do you want just current?
Just current. Okay. Sorry. Only because this is the first time we're ever doing this.
See, I didn't create it, so I have no idea what the process is.
But it's our first time doing something like this. There's no data out there. We can research diversity and pro cheerleading all you want, and there's nothing out there. And so I've already started collecting data of trying to like guess people's ethnicity, which is never comfortable. I mean, sometimes it's blatantly obvious, other times it's not. So it'd be great. We're asking for the current team that you cheer for, your ethnicity, and then your name so that I can verify it against the data that has already been collected and make sure that you were classified properly. But really what we are hoping to do is not to, you know, some teams are better than others based on the stats that we already have, obviously, but it's really just to present the information. I think it's helpful to see where there's areas of opportunity, and then there are some teams that are really doing it well and are very well represented, and I think that's something that's important, and we're just going to provide the information and people can do what they will with it. It's not to put any team on the defensive. It's just, it's audition season. The squads will change, and we want to really have a benchmark of like how, whether it's getting better year to year, and so this is something I think we're going to do every year. And hopefully this community that we're trying to build of pro cheerleaders and dancers will want to participate and feel represented. And it's an important issue because I think...
Like you said, we've said it off air too, and you kind of just said it, but it's really important to just go for it no matter what you see on the team. But I could see that being a really...
It could be a deterrent.
Yeah, to not want to audition. You're like, nobody looks like me. Right. Am I going to fit in? Exactly. Do I have the look that they want? And that's really unfortunate.
It gets discouraging.
Yeah,
but I know it's a very circular argument. One that I heard over the years too is just like, well, they complain that not enough people of color show up to auditions, and that's why there aren't a lot of people of color, or the talent's not there, or just all these excuses that we have to show up.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
In order to make the change. So don't let it discourage you, ladies. We're going to compile this information. We would love it if you participate. You can share the link. We just ask that to keep the data as clean as possible, that you just be on a team currently.
Yeah, no alumni.
And if you could share your name again, just so that we can make sure that we've already counted you appropriately, that would be awesome.
Perfect.
You ready to talk audition?
Yeah, well, we also, we're going on an adventure. It kind of revolves around auditioning. We're going to go not only to a Wizards game, but we're going to watch the Washington Redskins cheerleaders' final auditions.
Can I tell you how pumped I am about this? Oh my God.
I'm so excited.
They have a whole like showcase, and it's just so effing badass. Like, I'm so excited.
A lot of teams do that, and I think it's really cool that you buy a ticket and you can watch it live. Our team that we auditioned for just did it live on a webcam.
Yeah,
that's kind of weird. Who does a webcam?
Webcam.
I'm a webcam model, so I could put that on my resume. No, but you know, these trips do cost money, and they're coming out of our pockets.
Yes.
I'm probably just going to say this once right here on this one, but we set up a Patreon, which we're still trying to figure out because
Brittany did it. I'm clueless.
Yeah, so if it's wrong, you know, it's my fault. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are familiar with it, but if you want to just donate once, because it's like a monthly thing. You basically like sign up to give $1 a month or something. But if you want to just give us $5, basically after your first payment goes through, you can just cancel your Patreon. Like, you don't want to be a patron anymore. So that's kind of cool. Okay. I didn't know that. So just a little tip.
I know nothing. But we're both bad at asking for money. And we just kind of scruff it and just make it work and stay in Airbnbs with strangers. And name Linda.
Keep it down, Glenda. That's a whole nother story for you.
Oh my gosh. That's how we survived Pro Bowl. But, you know, we're excited about our trip to D.C. It's the first weekend in April. For anybody in the D.C. area that's a listener.
Yeah, reach out. Let's hang out or something.
I know. We're going to totally be buddying up with the Redskins girls. I'm dying. Like,
yeah, it's
going
to
be
be
Wizards
fun.
Dancers. So thank you to Jasmine and to Candace for the invitation. I'm excited to be back in D.C. It's your first time, Brittany?
My first time. You're going to show me the ropes.
I'm going to
throw eggs at the White House. Just kidding. Is that allowed?
We're not going to get arrested.
Okay. Dang it. Yeah, I need a Patreon for bail money. Get me out of jail.
But no, there's so much to see and so much to do.
I'm excited.
And 5 good days of dragging you all over the place. You're not going to want to come home.
Yay.
Sorry, Anthony.
All right, yeah, auditions. I think we covered everything.
A lot of cheer chat, dang.
It is a lot of cheer chat.
But damn it, there was a lot to say.
Yeah, there was.
And there's a lot to say about auditions. So how do we feel about this episode? It's called Try Again. The title is makes me feel some kind of way.
I love that song.
I love Aaliyah.
Yeah.
But Try Again obviously implies.
Well, that resonated with us because it's not, unfortunately. I think it made us better ambassadors for the team and just like cheerleaders all around, but we had to audition a few freaking times. And that's, I think, another way that we bonded so strongly is because we both started auditioning in 2008. Holy shit, that's 11 years ago.
Yeah, damn. Okay.
Yes, I was fresh out of high school. I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really have a strong dance background, but I wanted to do it. And so I just showed up.
And I remember you from 2008.
I remember you too.
And then we kept remembering each other every damn finals that we'd make it to. We kept making it to the final round and getting cut until that fourth try.
Exclusive confession. I think 1 year in between there, I didn't make it past.
You didn't?
Yeah, so that's what was like the most confusing part is I think the first year I tried out, made it to finals, like totally clueless, could not even do a double turn. Then I think the second time I auditioned, I didn't make it past semis.
How did I not know that all this time?
Yeah, because you guys talked about like, remember that one finals dance? And I always blank on it because I didn't make it to finals. So I just wanted to confess that. In case anybody's like triple checking. Not like it matters, but
I didn't even know.
That was like super discouraging because the year prior I made it all the way to finals. So I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
Then I came back in finals. I don't know how many times finals, and then I made it.
Finals. But it builds character. So try again. We're flipping it a little bit. It's chasing the dream of becoming an NFL or pro cheerleader, not even NFL, because pretty soon it'll be NBA auditions as well. But we're focusing mainly on NFL auditions. Obviously, it's that time of year. But, you know, the reality, which we'll just start it with, because we're definitely not going to end it on a funky note, is when you think about it, statistically speaking, there's 26 teams in the NFL that have cheerleaders. You get anywhere from like 200 to 400 or more if you're like Dallas or some of the other teams of women that come to try out. Yeah, you get men now too.
Yep.
And so, you know, everybody's fighting for one of the 26 to 40 spots on a team. So the cold truth of it all, truth behind the Poms, is that not everybody's going to make it.
Nope.
Not on their first try, not after one try, not after two. And so this is really just kind of going through the whole process and talking through how to bounce back and keep at it until you
try again
and make your dreams come true, because it is a dream worth chasing, I would say. Would I have done it like 10 more times? No. Would you have?
Yeah, I don't know if there would be a point where I just stopped auditioning.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would have been because, you know, fortunately we eventually made it.
Right.
But there are a few people out there that I know they auditioned the same amount of times as me and they still didn't make it.
Well, did you experience, okay, this is going to be like so raw. Why didn't we bring drinks for this episode?
I know we should have.
Shit. Anyway, even though my family was supportive, I mean, I had toddlers, you know, all the years that I was auditioning. And I think it was the gentlest way that my family could even ask the question, but it was kind of like, what if it's like not your time anymore because you were older, you know, you have kids. But it was really just kind of like, how many times are you going to go through this before you kind of decide to stop?
Right.
And I remember like loving them, but also being like, shut up.
F you guys.
Yeah. Seriously, because, you know, I had my career, I had my kids. And so it wasn't that I was unhappy, but it was just kind of like, okay, how many times are you going to put yourself through rejection? And then my kids got old enough to watch auditions and understand a little bit what was going on. So when I didn't make it and then they're all upset crying and I was like,
no.
Okay, now I'm dragging my children's emotions into this, but...
Yeah, see, that's another aspect of it. I don't know anybody who walked away with it. They probably wouldn't come back the next year if they were like, whatever, fuck you guys, bye, and moved on with their life. But, like, the rejection from not making it is so harsh, and it totally impacts every cell in your body. Like, it's just so upsetting.
It is.
Because you fought through, you basically, like, starved, not really, but you were so hungry for it for, like,
months leading up to
months. A year, especially after the first time I didn't make it, I'm like, I'm making this damn team. So the whole year you're thinking about it, preparing.
Well, that's what I was just thinking. Like the decision to audition in the first place, you're already going against the odds and like having to mentally pump yourself up to even like download the application form to take step one, right?
Right.
Which is just locking yourself in mentally to say, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to change my mind. I'm not going to back out, you know, at the last minute. I'm going to commit to the fitness and the dieting or whatever you need to do to get ready. So that's in and of itself is a huge step one, to like decide that you're going to put yourself out there one way or the other, like on this way in a 2-piece, shaking it fast for everybody. Like it's not, it's a big decision. So for all the listeners who have taken that first step to say, I want this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to audition, I'm going to get out of my head and just go through the process and prepare and train and everything else. That's a huge first step. And you're having to sacrifice some time and maybe having to, with your job too. I mean, when you think about what you did to prepare, it's like...
the last few years I took that Friday we learned finals choreography off. Mm-hmm. I was not going to try to fly from work at 5 p.m. I mean, I think I did do that one year, but that's totally insane. Oh yeah, why would you do that?
You have to devote some time.
You do.
You really, and then if for everybody who's researching, we posted the cheerleading audition dates that have been available so far online. But you're having to block out all those weekends. You can't play a game. There's evening practices where you have to learn choreography. So you really are committing to the whole process. You have to kind of just in case I make it to finals, I need to take this date off, or just in case I make the team, I have
take orientation off.
Yeah. So it's you're committing. Just the decision to audition alone is a commitment.
And applause for doing it. Like you said, it's so huge. It's a big decision.
So once you make the decision, I feel like I have diarrhea because it's
I know. I feel like I'm reliving it totally.
For real. God,
we should have. Should we pause and get some alcohol across the street? We can cope.
We can do this. We got this.
Well, another funny thing, like Patricia was saying, it's kind of all mental. Yeah. And my parents are just so sweet and supportive. There was no other reason for it besides, they were probably scared for me to drive up to Seattle all by myself, coming from little town Eatonville, right? So they drove me to everything.
They did?
They drove me to everything. They drove me to opening auditions, to interviews,
I think I kind of remember that one.
So embarrassing. But the thing I wanted to say about that is the year I said, you know what, Mom and Dad, I really appreciate it, but I'm going to do it myself. Mm-hmm. I made it.
Oh.
So I just feel like making sure that you're in the headspace and truly independent to kind of do things on your own is really key.
Yeah.
Well, you'll hold your own and you'll hold your head a little higher, I think. Not like my parents were sad. It just was hard to come back to the car. My mom had flowers and I didn't make it, know.
Oh, gosh. Well, then they would always tell us, don't ride together on the day of final auditions. Remember the year that we did? We got separated. We kind of forgot.
We didn't ride together.
We did one year. It was the year that I didn't make it and I had to get picked up on the side of the street.
You were kidding me.
No, because I think we met up at my house or something and then we rode down together because I've lived up the hill from the stadium. And so we rode together, just kind of assuming after rookie year that we'd be together again. And then Brittany made it back on the team and I didn't. So yeah, you kind of want to, it's just getting, like you said, the mental space of just being mentally prepared for it, because once you do make the team, it is just all systems go, and you have to kind of have your transportation on lock. You have to be really in a position where you can share that with your job and be able to smoothly flow into being on the team, because it's
okay, well, what do you think about the power, or is it kind of cringy when people blast it? This is what I'm doing, everyone. And there is no online contest, not like you have to, but people are very posty about everything. Yeah. But I always kept it very private. I never told anybody.
Yeah, it was
only close family and friends knew.
Yeah, close family and friends, because especially after not making it a few times.
This is my little secret.
I don't like a lot of that kind of attention too, so it was really just, I knew I was just kind of heads down trying to make the team, and the people who really I knew that supported me and supported the fact that I was doing it over and over again, they were the only ones that I would tell, because it's nerve-wracking, and you don't want to kind of report out no, not again. I didn't make it. It's just ugh.
Right.
Ugh. So every time there's we're going to try to follow it up with something, yay, because this is not a depressing episode. It's inspirational. We're excited for everybody that's doing it. It's just, this is the real deal, man. This is the shit that you go through.
But I think it is, powerful that we've had the background that we have, and we didn't just make it right off the bat. And not like people are spoiled if that's true, but you kind of don't get the struggle, and then you don't appreciate the experience.
Not the same as you much.
Yeah,
that's for
I think.
Well, and our story is just so crazy because, like you, I didn't have any formal dance training and background. So maybe I needed to get smacked around a few years to really develop the skill set, because I didn't have it coming in. Like I didn't have a double. I hadn't danced in forever. Like there were just some things that I think along the way that I had to work on. Like I hired a dance teacher because I didn't want to take, you take these prep classes and, you're in a room with like however many people, and I'm spoiled. I need attention. Like I need personal attention. Like fix me. Like I really need you to.
But not everybody has resources like that,
True.
because I totally agree. We've talked about this as well, how a lot of adult classes around here, it's like for people who were professional dancers, or it seems like, and they're doing freaking calypsos across the floor and, left leg leaps and all this crazy stuff, but it's like there's no place to go to actually learn the basics. Yeah. There's nobody saying, okay, try it like this, or
or fix you.
Fix you.
Stop me, not midair obviously, but like stop me and tell me
correct
me.
We should plug those prep companies. Now would be a good time.
Yeah. What would you say? Like the best prep workshop clinic you could probably do is the team that you're auditioning for. I'm sure all of them have it. So you may be intimidating, but go to those because I think you get to see the choreography style, and that's kind of key. You don't want to go to a dance class where they're teaching you do, because obviously it helps to take different types of dance classes, but obviously you want to nail the style of the team that you're auditioning for. And then there's some companies that are kind of like more of a regional focus that offer like intensive pro dance cheerleading clinic workshops or whatever.
Well, so do they like actually talk you through or help you, or do they just help you gain resources like, oh wow, like you're basically starting from scratch, here's the person to go talk to that could help you with technique or something?
You mean these audition companies?
Yeah,
I think so. Let's take a walk through them, because there may be more, and we provided like links below to all of these sites, so check them out. There's Z Pro Prep. It's a company in the Atlanta area and Charlotte, North Carolina. But they offer privates, and they have like a 6-week intensive, and they also have 2-day clinics, but they're going over dance technique, showmanship, fitness, interview techniques. A lot of these are kind of offering the same, so it might be repetitive. But then there's Sideline Prep, and that's in the DC area. She's a former Redskins cheerleader, and I think they all partner with other former dancers as like coaches or instructors. But
that's smart.
Yeah, but they go over makeup application in addition to all the other stuff we just named, like outfit selection, nutrition, modeling, just confidence building and stuff like that.
That's cool.
And she has like a ton of YouTube videos up where just shares a lot of like tips and pointers, and
that's a good resource.
A good resource, even if you're not in the area, and it's free content, obviously. So yay for that. What's another one?
Pro Dance Prep. I feel like I've heard of them a lot. Pro Dance Cheer.
Yeah, the Ultimate Cheerleaders, like those websites have like a lot of information, even if it's just like
audition dates
and things like that. And then this is something that's a little newer, the Simaware. Patricia mentioned it, and I believe she's one of their instructors in the Bay Area. But theirs is pretty intense too. They have a headshot photo shoot that they offer, in addition to all the other things that we named. Freestyle tips, because the first round is freestyle. So I thought that was pretty cool if they're really kind of like offering like helpful feedback on like, okay, that was...
I hate freestyle. I never actually fully did freestyle.
No?
I always came with 8 counts. Because she tells you the count of the music, like 130 beats per minute. So just find that on YouTube and do your routine to it. Did you really freestyle?
No, I had once where it's just like it was a lot faster than whatever she said it was going to be. So that freaked me out. It was like 160, not 140. Yeah, exactly. So I have things in my mind that I'm going to do for sure. I just hate when it just looks so like random tricks everywhere and it's not like a fluid dance.
No, routine. That's why I always would come with a few 8 counts that I would just repeat and then it would be over.
And I would come with I didn't like repeating.
You didn't?
I don't know. I'm weird. I just like making things up. So
you do. I don't. Just tell me what to do. That's what I'm like.
But yeah, so Simaware is another resource. I think it's great when I, looking at all these sites that they're trying to just build a very like confidence building, positive, encouraging, like learning environment for the ladies. It seems to be really helpful for people who are auditioning. They have testimonials, obviously, people who've made teams from taking these prep classes. So it's worth looking into if you're auditioning, obviously, and the team clinic workshops that they're giving in advance of auditions. So,
and if some teams will post their final auditions or certain rounds on YouTube or on their website, so I know one girl, she made it right off the bat. I think it was actually Bronwyn. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I studied all of you guys. Like, I knew you guys up and down and watched all of the prior audition videos I could find. I was like, that is so smart. Why didn't I think of that?
Oh, yeah.
I think it just made me nervous to watch them.
Oh, I mean, I think it is good to
It
research.
is good.
Yeah, because I remember there wasn't
like,
much at the time.
she made it, she didn't. And maybe go back and be like, why? Mm-hmm. Why do I think that is personally? Mm-hmm. And then you could...
Because you have to kind of put yourself in the minds of judges and really kind of like figuring out, okay, there's clearly a trend here. They seem to like this.
Do people have that much self-awareness? I mean, this sounds really rude, but think about American Idol. Like, there are people on there that think they can effing sing.
Yeah.
And then they're like, I always watch the beginning because they're the best to watch because it's so funny.
I can't watch those.
You get so embarrassed
hard.
for them.
I do.
Me too. I'm sweating just thinking about it.
But no, I think you're right. There might be a lack of awareness. And that was one of the things that I wrote down in my notes is just you have to have a good sense of honesty and self-awareness, like to be able to look at your performance objectively and say,
I killed it, or I could have worked harder in the gym, or I totally look scared.
Yeah.
Or my speech was
I look flat.
Stuttering.
Maybe I over-practiced or something. I don't know. Take some guts to get out there. You also have to look at the aftermath of footage. I know. I'm just relieved we're kind of not doing it. I used to get excited about, like I said, audition season, but it's very nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
So if you go to those prep classes for the team, did you find them intimidating or...
I did, and I actually hated them. And when I stopped going, I started making it. It's hard because I think you should go, but I don't think your attendance at every single one is needed or wanted necessarily, because I kind of wanted it to be like, surprise, I'm back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Not like, wow, Brittany's still struggling with her double turns. Yeah. I didn't really want to showcase that. Oh my God, I totally faked it till I made it. That's the proof.
Hey.
I still can't do a double turn.
You can. She is so full of crap.
But I thought they were really helpful. I was really intimidated because girls dress up like it's finals. It's not casual, like wear some sweatpants and just learn and sweat and get to know each other. It's like, wear your two-piece.
That's a good point.
Oh my God. And before it started in the bathroom and girls are like fluffing and curling their hair, I was like, holy fucking shit.
This is just a workshop.
My hair is just my hair right now. I didn't even think to curl it.
Yeah. Well, for people who are listening that don't know that little tidbit, either you come as you are and just know that people are going to be doing too much, or you just join the party. And then do the zhuzh,
like Patricia says, for auditions. Mm-hmm. So it's like, dang, who is that? Who's that girl?
Yeah, like the whole transformation. But, just know that it's going to be people who are being extra.
Trying to get up front.
Oh, yeah.
They say rotate and they don't.
Yeah.
They stay towards the front.
Oh, there are annoying parts of that.
Because that's another thing is... personally, I don't pick up choreography that quick. I need to learn it, sleep on it, and then come back. Mm-hmm. So that's obviously intimidating too.
Yeah. It's a little...
Learning choreography in front of everybody and
then taking turns and watching each other.
Yeah.
It could be a lot. If you're just going there to learn, that's probably... I mean, you can take it as a learning opportunity, but you're probably going to see people who are just practicing auditions over and over again. And so... take what you can get from it. Like you said, don't go broke on everyone. I forget how much they're charging these days, but...
Each team's probably different, but ours started at like $20 to $30, and we have 4 about, usually. I don't know.
But, I mean, you obviously have to do your research of understanding, like, what your options are. I would say it's probably a good idea to go to one at least, or know what those dates are so you can kind of plan around it, because I think sometimes you'll get so much from just learning the style of choreography.
Right.
I think it'll help you see what NFL style cheerleading is really about if you're a studio dancer, because it's different. Like, even looking at the Patriots challenge, the social media challenge, you see a lot of obviously studio trained dancers, but I don't think their style necessarily translates to like NFL cheerleading style. Yeah,
I was watching a lot of their videos and I was like, do the cheerleaders for the Patriots even do half of that stuff? I mean, it's very impressive, but I'm not going to lie. Actually, once all the videos were posted and they all did look the same and they were all doing the same tricks, everybody blends.
I know.
Do something really cool, you guys. Like, stand out. One girl was dancing in the snow, and the fact that she was just outside in the snow.
You remember her?
I remember her because I don't even know what she did, or what song she picked.
I know, but she rolled around in that snow. I was like, whoa.
But everybody else that's like in a studio is just kind of like, been there, done that.
Same kind of moves. Don't know the names of it because I'm not trained in it, but It does blend together. For prelims, when you are freestyling, if everybody's doing like the same combos of dance technique, it's not necessarily going to like help you stand out. You know, you'll be doing it at different times. Like we went in like groups of 3, I think, or 2 at a time, but you know, you're more or less going to be doing the same kind of moves if you really think about it. So thinking of moves that would actually make you stand out, like something that shows off your amazing flexibility or something cool, like hire a choreographer or something to like give you that extra oomph for your
it's
freestyle.
just hard because I was going to say don't go too extreme with a certain style, because sometimes girls would bring like straight up hip hop and like moonwalking and like all that stuff, and it's like that's cool, but it doesn't really fit.
You're right. Yeah.
But then you have girls doing like backflips in front of you, and you're standing there like, can you stop right now? They can't even see me.
Okay, let's talk about the flippers.
Okay.
I mean the tumblers, the flippers.
Stay in your lane, okay?
Just know that, it's a little extra.
Just put it on your resume that you can do backflips or you're a gymnast.
But just be respectful of the other people dancing next to you. That would freak me the heck out if I'm, you know, doing my little thing. I'm trying to get in the judge's face and stuff. And then next thing you know, somebody's flipping past me. It's just kind of obnoxious. I think it can be a little obnoxious if you're not using your space appropriately. Don't be disrespectful, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, anyway. You want to match the style. That's why I think going to a prep class, if you're making up your own choreography for prelims, you want to, at least if you're going to do some like throw your style that you're really good at in there, at least kind of show that you're versatile enough. I think semifinals is when you really can show that you could pick up the choreography.
Yep.
But if you're doing something that's so out there and they can't see the translation very well, then I think you might be kind of setting yourself
lost in translation for sure.
Yeah.
So stand out, but be basic. Got it? Okay, moving on.
And this is just our little take from all our many years of doing it, but obviously results.
Well, we should tell the jelly story. We should tell the jelly story.
Yeah, we should.
Okay, so this was second round. So what we've experienced is first round is totally freestyle, quote unquote. And then right after that, you learn choreography to bring the next day or potentially the next weekend. And so everybody's doing the same thing now, right?
Yes.
Well, I could play the song, but basically the song opens up when we're step clapping, which is another good tip, is to come up with some cute, very passive mind collecting move. So when we say step clap, like literally you're just stepping and clapping. So if you get lost, you can always resort to that until
you get back on.
Yeah, but just stay moving. Don't freeze.
Please do not. Yes.
I'm all over the place. This is going to be a really weird episode. But Jelly, the song opened it up and it said, "You're a hot mess." And then like the dance started. Our friend Jelly pointed at the director and mouthed, "You're a hot mess." And then just started killing it.
With all the sass in the world.
It was just so awesome. I didn't even know who that girl was when she did that. And then I wanted to be her best friend. Just the look on the director's face when she did that, it was like, I freaking love you.
I mean, maybe you don't want to call the director a hot mess. But it just showed so much personality.
It did.
Like, it made her stand out. You will not forget this woman. I mean, I think that was hella badass.
And Jelly also is a ballroom dancer, so she would always take an opportunity to show that off a little bit, but it wasn't her whole thing.
Exactly.
You know, so that's what I'm saying. Like a little taste. Here I am doing the little tango. I don't know.
Here's the moonwalk, and then here's like something that translates to NFL cheer. Okay, now we're just all over the place.
We are.
In watching the Patriots challenge, I just was kind of like, okay, clearly there are certain moves that people have assigned to NFL style cheerleading, and I feel like if I see those same moves again, I will effing scream. Like I will scream.
What is it, like the thrusting?
It's the triple hip. It's the freaking.
I feel like it's your legs are really wide. It's probably like second position, and you're like punching down and then punching out, and then it's like, why do you think?
And just like the go down your leg and like snake up with the little stripper, whatever you call that move. There's some moves that, yes, they make it into NFL routines, but they're just so
overdone.
Played the F out. Like, please just diversify your portfolio.
Yeah.
You know, just because it just drives me nuts. Okay, so anyway, get a choreographer, come up with some cool tricks, mix it up with the style of their dance, and call the director a hot mess.
Yep.
That's your ticket.
There you go. Episode over. See you guys next week.
Oh my gosh. Well, let's talk about how they need to show up, though.
Yes.
Obviously, you show up for prelims, and you should have been doing a lot of work ahead of time to get your body right.
Mm-hmm. And your look together.
Yes. when we say look, there's do something with your hair. Get it trimmed or, you know what I mean, colored or...
Whatever looks best on you. That's
right.
what we were always told.
Yeah.
And some years I wore it straight. Some years I curled it. Did I make it every time? No. Do I know which years I curl and straight? No.
Oh my gosh. Well, for me, it was really just trying to figure out what that look was going to be over the years before making it, because I have really thick natural hair.
But then this comes back to the diversity talk. Like, what did you see on the team? The one girl that you're talking about that was on the team, she had a short Halle Berry cut.
Yeah.
So now what? Were you supposed to cut your hair like her?
I knew I was not going to do that. But I was also struggling. You know, no shade. It was just kind of like, I'm not cutting my hair. But it was a struggle of whether I was going to add extensions to my hair or not. Because, not really because I thought I had to have long hair. It was just, I know that I'm not going to be perming my hair. Like, I didn't, it's natural and it's not straightened. And if I'm going to be exercising and getting rained on and everything else, my natural hair is going to be like, fuck you, and turn into an afro and just like, oh my God, it's not glamorous anymore. So there was a lot of back and forth. And when I finally started to include that in my prep to finally put extensions in my hair, I mean, I didn't.
You loved it.
I got to love it because I found Duana, my stylist. She just kind of made me have like an alter ego where it was just kind of like more hair, more bundles. It had to be believable, but it was definitely part of the look, and it had to be something that I could feel comfortable with, especially just being normal and regular and going to a job. Because I'm not a diva glamour girl on a reg. So.
I mean, we've talked about filming us recording, but you guys don't want to see this hot mess right now. You're a hot mess. No, you always look good. No, you are.
You're a hot mess. No, but we're regular
schmegular.
Yeah, so I needed something that would be glammable, but also tone it downable for me.
Did you always have the extensions? When did you? Was that like your ticket in? Do you feel like, or
no? So like the first time I auditioned, made it to finals, I didn't have them. The second year, I can't remember what year I decided. Let me try it. I was hard-headed about the hair actually. Like, because I didn't want to get extensions. I had like a Miss El Naturel stigma. Like, I'm not fake anything, not fake this, not fake that. Right. So for me, it was like, get over yourself and put the damn weave in your head and call it good. Just because you know that you're not going to want to dance. Like, you can't have it both ways. Like, you're either going to be dancing, getting rained on, and dealing with your natural hair all the time, or you're just going to like buy into the look. But, you know, it was a process, because each year I had to get more and more comfortable with it, because it really wasn't my comfort zone to have a weave. And then I got clearly over it, because I was like, yes, you know, like it makes you just turn into a different
both,
person.
So I just couldn't remember personally.
Yeah. But I did have to kind of like buy in one way or the other.
Yeah.
I would say people shouldn't do anything too drastic. Like if it's not,
exactly.
There are so many people, shout out to all the African American women on these teams that are rocking the natural styles. Like, I've never seen this ever.
Right.
Like the Patriots cheerleader has this cute afro. Like there are so many natural styles we saw.
And I think afro is glamorous. You know, I mean, just like whatever is the most beautiful for you.
You know your hair. Just make it should look good on you.
It should look good on you.
And I just have been so amazed. Even Jada, was that her name? From the Jacksonville Jaguars?
Yeah, yes.
Had natural... I think it's great. And if that's your look, then that's your look. And you stick with it. It looks amazing. It's just knowing your body, your hair, and...
But what you're saying, it's just part of the full package. You know, that should be on your mind just as much as your dance and your fitness.
Hell yeah.
Because there's so many girls, I remember they would go to these workshops, kill it, be doing triple turns and all that, but they would be wearing the sweatpants and the no makeup and kind of just hair basic, there. And like, there's nothing wrong with that, but what are you auditioning for?
You're
like
gonna be
Glamazon, NFL.
Glamazon.
So you need to add it.
Well, I was hard-headed. Like I said, I think all those times, even though it was painful auditioning, because in addition to the hair, I had to come around to like, yes, girl, you're going to wear makeup.
Same. I didn't understand that I needed to fill in my eyebrows because as a redhead, I don't have any. So you need to put a little color in there, you know?
But, I mean, I thought I was putting it on. Shout out to Miranda because this is finals. And, you know, the vets are in their own zone and they kind of don't usually talk to people. But she came up to me and said, I've seen you come year to year. I don't remember exactly how she said it, but she basically just said, you need to wear more makeup. She was like, you're gorgeous, but like, it's not the point. You know, if you think you have enough on, put some more on because that's like the look
Yep.
of a seagull, and I was kind of like, I thought I had a lot on, because for me it was a lot. I just wasn't used to it, but that's part of it. And I was like, well, damn it, I don't know how to do it, so I'm just gonna start going to a counter.
Yep.
And tell them to give me that look and pray that they get it right and don't make me look like a drag queen. But
yeah.
But that was also part of the learning process, was really understanding what that look means and, you know, not going over the top with it, because some people go a little cray.
Yeah, and just test it out, because the same. I went to Mac and said, I'm auditioning for seagulls. Like, that's like the only people I would tell. You know, they said it's very glamorous, so what do you got for me? And I remember one girl straight up put like pretty dark brown in my eyebrows, and I was just like so upset. But I think it's like one of those things that the more you see yourself in it, and then you can scale back or be like,
right,
you need to find what works for you. But there's nothing wrong with going to go buy a palette that's just very neutral browns with a little bit of shimmer and call it good. You know what I mean? You don't need to have some crazy like blue eyeshadow and stuff. It
shouldn't be too loud.
It's very classic. I mean, we talked to Mickey about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very enhancing and showing your features under the bright lights.
Right. Showing yourself as a natural beauty, I would say. I mean, because when you think about like now especially, you know, there's lashes out to here, and sometimes you can just look like...
When you have all of that, we did talk about this, but if you're highly contoured and highlighted, then you have the crazy brows that you had connected in the middle to start with before you covered it with heavy full coverage foundation. Now you have these eyelashes. You know, it's just, it gets a little much. And I think that the makeup trend is kind of scaling back from that.
Let's hope.
Because
you just don't want to show up at... I mean, you might be taking headshots when you get there. You don't really necessarily know the format of the auditions, but you just want to have like a gentle face that's not, you know what I mean? Like all up in your grill, just caked on looking, just professionally done.
Right. It ages you, ladies. Too much makeup totally makes you look older.
Yeah.
And for a lot of us, that's not what we're going for.
Not the look we want. Not the look we want.
We are on some tangents, that's for sure.
But this is all part of like how you prepare to show up.
It's true though. Do your research about your look and your fitness and the team and all that stuff, and what auditions are like. Know in your head the schedule of auditions so that nothing surprises you.
Exactly. And that's part of where the research comes in. You can go through any photo gallery from any game day or event from any team's website, and you can see the makeup style for the girls. And so you should kind of be somewhere in that range of your look, makeup-wise. I mean, I think any makeup artist would know and get the gist of like a few pictures to understand like what the style of that team's makeup is. And so you should kind of do your research and know what's the ballpark so that you're not way the hell outside of it.
If they're sponsored by a certain company, like we were sponsored by Mac, go there and say, has any of your girls at this location worked with the blank
Seagulls.
team? Yeah, the Seagulls.
And I want her.
And I want her. And then she'll be able to help you.
I went to the Bobbi Brown makeup counter. That's how little I knew about it. Because I was like, oh, it's a very soft and subtle makeup. And then it'll make me still feel like myself. Yeah. Wrong makeup because it was just too natural. And just got it. Exactly. Stage.
I didn't know anything about makeup, honestly. Like, I think my stuff was from drugstore.
Yeah.
I remember a girl in high school making fun of me because I didn't know what MAC was. So.
Well, it was a lot to learn.
It was a lot.
Okay, so your body's right because you have been exercising your ass. Okay, let's just say you have to exercise to have enough stamina to go through the auditions process. You never want to be huffing and puffing your way through a routine, obviously. But I think depending on how people practice, if you don't practice full the fuck out,
you're already nervous and your adrenaline's
you might
pumping
be holding
through
your breath.
veins.
So like when you stop dancing, you don't want to seem like you're like out of shape. So like you just gotta bring it when you practice, work out in the gym, really have your cardio going up. Because I think when you're learning those final routines and those practices, they're probably looking for people who seem winded, you know, and just really kind of checking out the bodies. Like just you're always dance, hunched over.
Get those head whips in every day. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Your ass off.
Yeah, just get your neck ready for the head whips and just have a little playlist that you basically do kicks, one song straight out, do some turns across the floor, like just get your body ready.
Yeah, make sure you're also doing your flexibility stuff. You can watch TV, you can sit in a split, and
I need to do all this stuff. What am I talking about?
Are you auditioning?
No, but I'm saying just like it should just be like a daily for anybody, you know? Just care about not the way you look, but just your health
just
and
doing
fitness.
Something for your body. Fitness is good.
Yeah.
I got to get it right back up in my regimen because it's not quite there yet. But there are things you can do even while you're like sitting. You can sit in a plank and scroll Instagram. You can sit in a split and watch Netflix. So you're working on this whole time because when you show up for prelims, it's like game on.
Yeah.
So you dance, You learn some stuff for semis.
Interviews.
And then what? Interviews, huh?
Yeah.
I think teams vary on this. Mm-hmm. Some treat it like a real interview, like a job interview, business interview. They all say business attire. Don't be that chick that comes to the practice facility dressed like a hoochie.
Yeah, no, like, pleather. Not necessarily any lace. Like, just keep it strictly like you are trying to get a job as a CEO of Fortune 500
come
company.
With the pencil skirts that are tight all up on that ass and like.
Oh, I did that.
I mean, a pencil skirt on a good fit body's going to look great, but it's just, you could tell that people were hoping they'd run into somebody coming out of the building. Like,
yeah. No peplum dresses that you think just because your titties are out that it's okay for work.
Business attire.
Yeah.
Business attire. And
I was going to say, even wear some stockings. No, don't.
But you should look professional.
Yes. No hoochie mama heels. Leave the red bottoms at home.
Yes. Just job interview.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful, but job interview. Mm-hmm. I think it's really obvious when they have other intentions in the way that they're.
I never thought about doing it like that. I didn't have a professional job at the time, so trying to scrounge up a professional outfit was stressful, like from beginning to end, you know. But then I just ended up wearing the same shit because I had to go through so many interviews.
But what kind of questions are they going to be asked? Like, is it, it depends on the team. I mean,
well, as a professional, I think our process was a little laughable.
It was very lax.
Yeah, and a lot of times, a few years in the beginning, they were one-on-one. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. And then they moved into the group.
Which you might not even get a chance to really even say anything. Yeah.
And that's hard just in general because it's like, yeah, what she said.
Your answers are really going to be a stretch to be unique if you're in a group interview and they're asking very basic kind of questions. But it's hard to stand out, but you really want to be confident and chin up, chest out, look like you are assertive and can handle yourself because they're probably assessing how you would be with fans and one-on-one, and are you shy and too quiet, or can they trust you to introduce yourself to a contact at a promo or whatever. But some teams, I think, treat it a little differently and or take it way more seriously.
Yeah,
like
I think when we talked
knowledge about the team and
true, we were never asked that stuff.
Yeah,
which is kind of nice.
I was ready for it. Bring it. But no, but I mean, you should at least know some basic, know who you're auditioning for, your owner is, what you know about the team. Just make sure you get something in, especially if it's a group interview. You should at least make sure that you're talking, and hopefully you're not with a chatty patty that's trying to like
and
dominate
have some
the whole
questions.
Time. Good
Just
ones.
Like any good interview, you should have questions
question.
at the end, not
exactly.
like, okay, thanks. Hopefully I get it. Ask them some not hardcore questions, but that
a thoughtful question.
Right. The more you can speak and kind of be in the forefront, and they'll be like, wow, I really like that girl. Mm-hmm. She's very sure of herself and confident.
And I don't know how much teams are doing it, right? Because some of the applications ask for your social media handles.
Oh, right. Clean it up, ladies. Do it now.
If you are looking a little hooch. But that's any job. I think it's fair game, right? People can look you up and see what your social media profiles are like in public.
Well, as a current job hunter, yes, that's very true. It's coming up more and more and more. And I keep thinking they want to know, like, my professional one. I don't think so. It's basically like, I want to see what you're like in your private life.
Yeah.
But again, see, we're not like that. So I don't have any advice navigating that because I've never gotten in trouble for something I've posted.
Right.
Because that's not the focus of it. And it shouldn't be for you guys too. You shouldn't want to make a team because you want to post about it on Instagram.
Right.
You're taking a spot from somebody that truly wants it and has never done a double turn. Like, come on.
I think if you're an attention whore like that, I mean, that's so mean. I don't mean it that way.
It's not mean. It's true.
It's just that's how, truth behind the Poms. Like, let's just call it for what it is. Everybody posts for some sense of attention, right? But I mean, if you are more on the Instagram model-ish side of it, where you're just doing the poses, showing your ass from a certain angle and just like doing the most, just know that might be perceived a certain way. Not to say you can't do it, and I'm calling you attention whores with the most love in my heart, but it's just kind of like you're doing it for some kind of audience, but you just have to know that other people outside of that audience are looking, right? So,
right. Well, another aspect of auditions is you're not going to get one-on-one feedback when there's 200 girls auditioning.
Right.
Are you going to find out exactly why? No, but it could be one of those things.
You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot.
Right, because you posted...
Archive those shits. Yeah. Can't you do that?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Save
it for later.
Get rid of all the questionable posts.
And make your stuff private too for a while, just so nobody can see it. And then find out the team's rules.
And clean that shit up.
Clean it up and then make public again.
With my nun outfit on. No, I'm kidding.
Well, it's true because girls will be out, like veterans. I've been in the room where veterans have been like, so-and-so posted this. And you're like, oh no. And you automatically think a certain way about that girl. And you're kind of like, I hope she don't make the team because she sounds like this type of person I don't vibe with.
Right. It's just stuff
you think the director's
about.
not going to think that?
And people will tell. That's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think sometimes we've talked about it, like how some of the teams are really trying to be more conscious of their image and, really want to show these women as professional ladies and what they do outside of it. So you want to just be proud of what you present to the public as part of like who you are. And that's something that they're going to want as a selling point for their team as they're building it too. Is just like, oh, we have all these fabulous women. And some of the teams allow you to post from your personal site. So just thinking about what's there in case you are making a team and you're doing it from your personal Instagram account, like...
Is it on brand?
There you go. Stuff you gotta think about. I mean, it's the reality of it.
No, it's true. If anything, just make it private. See who's trying to follow you. And, you can keep it pending for a while until auditions.
Hashtag pending.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've had your interview. Now you've made it to finals. You are at that final auditions practice or two. Going over probably some insanely hard routine that you just...
And the vets are welcomed in at this point, usually.
That's right, yes. So for people who don't know the process, for people who are on the prior year's team, they get to bypass all the earlier rounds and come in at finals. So here they strut in looking...
fabulous.
Yes.
You've seen them online all
and
last
now they're
year.
in the flesh, and they're ignoring you because they're scared shitless and they're
of
just
their
talking
spot
to
too.
themselves. Aren't we so obnoxious? Like we give each other hugs and just like we're so extra. Not on purpose, but I just feel like I've been on the other side where it's like, you just saw her yesterday. Why are you hugging her like that?
Oh man, I'm trying to remember.
Not have seen some people too, so it is a little bit of like a reunion, and then there's like the guests of like who's really coming back. You never know what vet's gonna walk through the door.
And some vets have literally worked clear up until audition, so they're turning in those fancy glittery sparkly uniforms right in front of your face, but it's killing them inside to hand it back too.
Oh, you never want to.
No,
we should all get to keep our uniforms.
I know we should.
It's a great tool for the bedroom. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Cheer sex.
Did you ever do it in your uniform? Brittany's like, don't ask me questions like this.
Oh.
Okay. You don't have to answer.
No comment.
No comment. Yes, there we go.
Moving on. Red is my hair. Anyways.
Okay. Final auditions practice.
You're probably like, whoever had to wear mine until they got theirs is probably like, whoa.
Monica Lewinsky. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Where's my brain? Anyway, clearly in the gutter. Okay. So you learned this dance. Mm-hmm. Like you said, we learned it on a Friday, and we'd have to perform it on a Sunday. Mm-hmm. So there's not a lot of time. So that whole day Saturday, you're dancing till you can't dance anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Film myself, try it again, try to add some flavor to it to stand out, but not too much. Mm-hmm. Because we knew that very well, that when you're a vet and you're learning the finals dance, that becomes part of the dances you use throughout the season once you make it. And so this is like your only opportunity if you like hate a move, or, I mean, I'm not trying to promote changing it, but we would always like, I'm going to change it to this because I like that better.
Oh, yeah.
It's like your opportunity to totally,
like,
it's your interpretation at this point, because then it gets set and you can't change it from there.
And you're all looking the
So
same.
have fun with it. That's truly like, just have fun.
That's the best part of it. Once you know the choreography well enough to like flow off of it. And like you said, recording it. And then I'm always looking and I'm like, that part's boring. Like I'm going to add a little oomph up in here. Or just, like performing it, not facing the mirror so that you don't get in the habit of watching yourself over and over again. And just dancing for each other. That was probably one of my, like, the most fun part, because we would practice together and we would perform it for each other, and just, you need all the encouragement. Like, make a buddy somewhere through this process so that you can practice with that person. Hopefully you can make it through the process with someone where you can kind of stay in touch.
Or if you have it in with some of the vets, I mean, definitely don't be annoying, but the year
I
made it, I practiced with some.
Oh, okay.
Because someone was like, so-and-so's my friend. they're going to let us practice at their gym. And I'm like, okay. So I went. But it was definitely intimidating. But you got to see how they practiced.
I'm trying to think, did we ever allow newbies to practice with
No.
us? It just never worked out that way. Not that
It never
somebody
worked out
asked
that
and
way.
we said no. Or
I don't think
flaked on
people
them.
liked me, so no, I'm kidding.
It is so intimidating, though, when you think about it. If you're a loner like me, like, I never expected to make friends. And then there were times where, like, you exchange numbers, but people want to practice by themselves at the end of the day. And so it's like, you know.
Okay, bye.
Okay, crunch. You know?
Yeah.
But,
Or also, this is kind of a little ratchet thing we would do. But, okay, so Friday, you know, maybe you got your headshots done, you learn finals. And keep in mind that there's cameras everywhere, at least for us, because they're using these photos to promote it.
oh, yeah,
put it
there's
out
news
there.
outlets
Right.
covering it.
So it's not, like, closed off in any way. So just a heads up, because I think maybe that could be overwhelming for some people.
Yeah, you're kind
First
of
time
on.
with, like, cameras in your face. And
Yeah.
anyways, but we would always learn it and then go film it immediately after in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
Because you
think
don't
that's
want to
ratchet?
forget. Well, it's funny because we're like dancing by our cars and, you know.
But you need that fresh in your head footage to kind of go off of. Because sometimes, like, that night, the whole adrenaline from the day, sometimes I can't. I mean, there were a couple times where I was able to just go and practice it that night. I don't know where I found the energy from, but other times it's like I can't even deal until the next morning. Gosh, you have bailed me out of some choreography nightmares.
Really?
Oh my gosh,
I don't
all the
remember.
time. Where my mind would just go freaking blank. I took
Yeah.
3 different state bar exams. Like, my short-term memory is like
Gone.
But yeah, like, that's a great tip to record it and definitely record yourself as you practice. And
Yeah.
do it with your eyes closed. Do it till you can't do it anymore.
That's what I was going to say is like mentally practicing as well from beginning to end. Like do your little solo if you have to do one. Do your little speech, then do the dance in your head.
Mm-hmm.
And do it right before you go to sleep. Like definitely get sleep.
Visualization is powerful.
Definitely take a shower. Get your tan back on if you need to because you sweated it off.
Yeah.
But then just like dance it in your mind a few times before you go to bed because your brain will work on it while you sleep. That's a tip from my math teacher.
Cool. Well, it's true. Visualization goes a long way.
It totally does.
I mean, you want to visualize it all the way to the end of them calling your number and strutting your way across this little stage and the whole
getting your
nine.
palms.
Yeah. You definitely want to have your mental zone going so that you can wake up. I used to get a little practice in the day of auditions in the morning, eat something light enough to get me through the day.
Yep.
And from there, it's just all mental because you got to get your hair done, you got to do your makeup, and so you don't want to be like worrying about the dance on the day of. And you want to just be in a good, cheery like state of mind, man. And just when you're practicing, I guess, for the finals, obviously, or in any dance, you should be dancing full out. But just look at your face. Mm-hmm. Don't eat air like the whole time, but like your face should have an expression on it, a pleasant one. I think some people may not realize how much they don't smile. Like I noticed that too during watching the videos on Instagram.
Yeah,
it's just that I think people forget about their face. Like you drop your face,
they're watching themselves in the mirror or something.
Yeah.
But that's definitely NFL cheerleaders, the full look from head to toe, including a smile. And if that's all you can pull off. We have commentary on the side.
During our auditions,
Yeah. And so when I rewatched it, it was so true. I mentally forgot the next move. Even though you just like give it to your body and it does it. But my smile dropped. And I was like dancing around looking scared. Like, what's happening? And I was having like an out-of-body experience. Right. Definitely practice smiling. Just a beautiful smile.
Yeah.
You don't need to do anything. Facials actually I think are really distracting.
Hell yeah. Especially like, so our final auditions process, you're dancing with one other person. There are judges in 2 little sets of bleachers, and there are these big web cameras for the webcast. And so all eyes are literally on you, and there's just not a lot else going on in the room. And it zooms in on you. So you're just doing way too much theatrics with your face, and you're next to somebody who's just doing a nice, good, pleasant smile with like something here and there. You look spastic next to that person.
Right.
It's just so...
Yeah, if you need to look at someone, definitely look at a judge. But I would just stare dead into the camera and not dead. I would have a smile. And I'm not a professionally trained dancer, but honestly, it helped me get my double turns too because I would always spot the camera.
This is why I cannot wait till we go see the Redskins showcase. Because could you imagine how different it would be to perform for an audience for finals?
To hear family and friends,
that
makes me want to cry. But yeah, because after we performed for ours, it was dead silent. you're huffing and puffing, trying to like...
You have to sit there and just hope that they panned out from your body so that you are not being seen breathing, and you just have to sit there until you're excused to walk off the stage quietly. I would love to have had a live audience. It would have given so much energy in life.
Same.
Oh, gosh. That's why I can't wait to April.
I'm so excited, too.
Yeah. And so for all the girls that are going through this, I mean...
Live it up and just mentally prepare yourself.
And have fun with it as best you can, because you're going to learn something one way or the other about yourself, about the process, about the team. You're going to learn how bad you want it at the end of the day. And if you really do want it...
That's the truth.
You're going to try again until you...
Pick yourself up and try again.
So what happens when you don't make it? I mean, like...
Well, not much. You just go back to your car. I was never a crier. Did you cry?
No, I didn't cry.
I didn't cry.
It was just more like... It was just disappointment.
Yeah.
And then I would torture myself just kind of looking at all the cute little photos and
moving
what
along.
happens when the team starts to build and all that stuff. I don't know why I did that to myself.
Right. Well, you're already following the things.
Yeah,
before.
But you want to let it go, and then you kind of can't for a while. But
it definitely burned more doing it, making the team, and then
not making it,
and then not making it, which you and I both experienced that, and so that's not fun. But you're so happy for your friend. You truly are happy for your friends.
Yeah, and that's when you find out like
who your true friends are. Like we stuck through it. Both of us had a year off, and I don't know. I felt like we were really sensitive to the fact that the other one wasn't on it, and we didn't rub it in each other's faces or anything. No, I mean, hopefully you didn't feel like that.
No, not at all. But you also are curious, so you want to know what it's like, and
how the team's shaping out to be.
And then you miss each other.
Yep.
But you make such amazing friendships, so it's obviously something that, again, to have the experience, just understanding the big scheme of things, that it's a numbers game and it's not
everybody's turn.
Yeah. And it may not be your year, but definitely keep giving it your go, man, because that's how we got here.
Yeah.
10 years freaking later. Oh my God. 11 years later. I can't do math. Shit.
Crazy. If we did cover something that you guys really, really want to know, we're both really active on Twitter and Instagram. Yes, email us, call us, whatever. We only got one question, so not to like downplay how popular we are. No, but we got one question. Happy to answer anything.
Yeah, especially based on what we shared. I mean, we're doing a podcast. We're probably oversharers, but hey, happy to talk about the shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Rocker talk.
Ready to talk about the real shit? Oh my gosh, I had to text myself some things that I thought were really funny for Locker Talk.
Ooh, let me see what you came up with.
Oh no. Okay, so I was gonna ask about attire, like in general, because the only time that you had freedom with our experiences were the first few rounds.
Yeah. And
then at the very last round, everyone has to wear black, and you can wear sparkles, but they have to, on your top only, but they have to be clear.
Rhinestones, yes.
Clear rhinestones, no color. And then you're handed out black shorts. And they're pretty bad, actually. They have...
booty shorts, yeah.
Yeah, at least a few years they contained your butt. You have a photo. The photo that we're going to post for this episode art, my ass is like out. Just search for it. It looks good, though. Oh my gosh. It's so funny. I have the weirdest shaped butt. It's like all in the center. I don't have like... I got hips, but like my butt juicy meat doesn't go out. It's just like right there in the middle. And that's all you see. So have fun with that. But, well, I just kept it plain Jane throughout the whole process.
Okay.
Like, I would go use the shorts from the last year when I didn't make it and throw on, like, a Nike top.
Okay.
I feel like you had cute outfits. You would always try to
jazz up the outfits. Picking out the outfits, especially for the first couple rounds, was always fun. To design your own and make sure you dance in that damn thing so you don't have a...
True.
Wardrobe malfunction. Yeah.
This is a little locker talk for you. Okay. So Friday night you were handed the shorts, and that's always awkward because it's like, who's really skinny? Oh, smalls. And then who's medium? And I'm still standing there like, oh my God, do you have extra large? Just give me the fucking biggest shorts you have. Anyways, so she gave me mine, and I don't know if this was the year I made it or not. I didn't make it because my parents were with me. We were walking around Seattle, just, of course, got there hella early. And so, I don't know why I have my hand down my back of my pants. And I was playing with the tag, like the...
I freaking know what you're going to say.
And I was like, I don't need this effing tag. Rip. I ripped a hole right on my butt crack. And so I'm like,
they're the cheapest shorts
they
ever.
are. They're just like body wrappers.
If you take the tag out the wrong way, you've clearly created a hole.
I started to panic, and I text everybody I knew that was at auditions asking to bring me backup shorts, and I even contemplating just taking a black Sharpie and like coloring my butt black so that if like the hole's there, you wouldn't see. I think I even panically, I wasn't on the team yet. Like I hadn't been on it before, because I emailed our director and said, I have ripped a hole in my shorts. Do you have an extra pair?
She's probably thinking your butt just burns a hole in it as opposed to
Could you imagine if I did just Sharpie it and then like it would be that move where you're like, yeah, looking over your shoulder, and then like there's like a little black butt like in there jiggling around. It wasn't that big of a hole, but I was like traumatized. Somehow I found another pair and it was all fine.
Yo, I'm so I can't imagine you putting black Sharpie.
Keep your hands out of your pants, kids. That's just the main
Don't rip out any tags.
moral of the story.
No sudden moves. Oh my gosh. Okay, that was hilarious.
Like what? Was I going to grow a tail or something? Come out?
Oh my god. Speaking of these black booty shorts, I mean, my locker talk wasn't really that funny, but it just made me think of
what?
Brittany and I.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
We're practicing this finals routine. I don't even remember what freaking move it was, but we're really in the zone. Music's playing, and I'm doing this move.
I think I was filming you.
Were you filming me?
I was filming you. Maybe not.
I thought we were dancing together, and then...
Oh, maybe.
And then
I just heard and I was like, wait, there is no clap move. Like, that was a definite clap. And then we finished, and you're busting up like this. I was like, what happened? You're like, my ass clapped. My ass clapped. And I was like, no way. I was like so excited for you, because I can't make sounds with my butt. I can just rip holes in my shorts.
The infamous booty clap that just was... Oh.
Was it at a landing of a leap, or like
it was
body
like some
pumping
body
thing?
Pumping move? And I don't know how the frick my ass made this loud thunderclap sound, but yeah. Oh my god, you guys better have good stories from like practicing for auditions. Like, so many things happen because you go kind of apeshit crazy for a while, like where you do the most random things, or where you forget the dance and shit. You have to laugh at those moments.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, too, especially dance in your top. Some girls would just get, like, a black bikini top, totally fine, but dance in it and make sure it's tied tight, because that is the most awkward thing. It never happened to me because I have mosquito bites for boobs.
Itty-bitty titty committee.
Itty-bitty titties. But I've seen quite a few nipple slips or potentials. And now these girls are trying to pull up their tops dancing. Some girls pulls it off, but other times it's so distracting. Like,
you don't want that.
You don't want that.
Gosh.
I don't know, wear stickers or something, nipple covers, but
or
just in case.
Just in case.
But
bring an extra set of clothes too.
Shoes.
In case the surface doesn't agree with you, you want to have some options. Mm-hmm. Just dance full out in your attire, because you want to see how all those moves are going to work in your stuff.
And I know I've told this story before, but this was my very first year. And the director came back and said, okay, the lights are really bright, ladies. Make sure you powder your nose. And I was like, got this. I think my mom had some Mary Kay bronzer. That's powder for your face. I bronzed up my whole effing face.
So what did that end up looking like, though?
Very bad.
Do you have pictures to link below?
I bet we could go back if we could find it.
Oh my gosh.
We need to link a photo. We're going to try to find it.
We are?
It's my first year auditioning, so 08 finals.
Oh my gosh. We probably look like babies back then. So anybody who knows me knows that I hate feet. I mean, I just think feet are just kind of gross. I don't know. I'm just not a feet person. I don't want to be barefoot. People's feet, I just don't want to see them like that. But one year, we were taking our final audition shots.
See, you remember this, I don't.
Usually they would be headshots, not a full body shot, but then they started to expand. Remember, we would take our promo jacket and we do that thing. But now we're taking pictures for a gallery from final auditions.
You're so right.
And the director, I don't know what the verdict was. Like, they didn't want everybody's different brands of shoes in these pictures because we have a sponsor. So she tells everybody to take off their shoes and socks. Barefoot. You're just barefoot in a black bra top and booty shorts with your bare freaking feet. And I was just so appalled. Like,
and I'm disgusting, so it's not like I had a fresh pedicure or something. I was dancing all weekend. Like, my toes looked like decrepit.
To just bust out your toes.
Sick.
And so I remember telling Rod, like the photographer, I was just like, can you please, like, can you crop this out? Like, this is ridiculous that we're just barefoot. You know, please, can you crop it? Like, don't even get up in there. Of course, he still got a full body shot, but it was just so horrifying to me. Luckily, I made it that year. That would have been like the death curse, if you ask me, because I hate feet that much and thought it was so nasty.
You're right, though. They continued to do that. It just didn't bother me, because I'm like, whatever.
Well, feet and booty claps and
bronzer on the face and hole in the shorts. There's some locker talk for you. And besides that, like... So when you go up 2 at a time at finals, you have to do like a little speech. Like, my name's Brittany. I'm from here. I went to school here.
Pageantry portion.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And one year I totally copied the whole girl's speech because I blacked out. She was like, I love to go snowboarding with my brothers and like go camping. And then I'm like, my name's Brittany and I like to go snowboarding with my brothers. I don't have brothers. And go camping. And then I realized what I had done and I was like, thank you. And I was like, holy shit, I stole what this girl just said. I just like took on her personality. So that was great.
Hey, you improvised.
Yeah. Or one of the questions was like, if you were to like pass away and not be on this earth anymore, what would somebody remember you by?
Oh, I hope.
And like how you, and like how do you phrase that? I literally was like, when I die, I hope that people remember how funny I am. And like, and I had to go with Shelly, who was like the longest, you know, next to Shannon. Yeah. She had been on it like 10 years. And she was like, if I was to no longer be on this earth, I would want people to remember. And I was like, when I die.
Like, those questions were always so like, I mean, it found a way to get the same answer out of everybody.
Yeah.
Like, everybody. Who do you most admire and why? It's my mom because, you know, or it was just painful.
Yeah.
Sometimes to listen. But if you have to do that, try to make that a good answer too.
Yeah, phrase it a lot better than
when I die.
When I die.
Oh gosh. And don't talk for 50 million years.
Yeah, short and simple, like literally 2 sentences, not even including your name.
Just dance.
Yeah.
Shut up and dance. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, is that it?
I think that's it, y'all.
It was nice. I hadn't talked to you in a while. I just feel like we hadn't had a long time to just
hash things out, man.
Yeah, shit, there's a lot going on. 11 years of experience up here.
Ugh.
Jeez. Anyway, best of luck to all of our listeners who are preparing for this very important journey that you will be on. We are wishing you all
the best of luck.
Yes. Kill it.
Just kill it. And if anything, learn as much as you can about the experience and come back next year.
For sure.
Try again.
Try again. Listen to Aaliyah and try again. And also remember that there are other opportunities to dance. There are other teams, semi-pro, other professional teams. So it's not the end
of the world. No.
Yeah, keep dancing.
Or then audition for NBA.
Yeah, because there's follow hours.
Right.
So
there you go.
There it is. Okay.
Until next time.
I know that this time. You guys in Portland, just for the record, it was a struggle.
Bus
the next day. I completely forgot our tagline. I'm with it now. Do it again. I'm ready.
Until next time.
Keep your eyes on the sidelines.